Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Insight Exchange Show. This is a project born out of the incredible folks in the Insight Quest Exchange community on Facebook, a group created by fans of the formerly Inside Quest show hosted by Tom Bilyeu, which has now turned into an amazing company called Impact Theory. Check them out on the airwebs. Since the creation of the group, it has become an astonishing place for open-minded learners from all over the world to congregate and exchange their ideas, insights, and amazing experiences with each other and to help each other become the best version of themselves. I am super fucking excited for today's guest. This guy has been philosophically kicking ass for several decades. He was out there healing and helping people while I was still in diapers. Coming from a religiously fundamentalist family, he carried a lot of limiting beliefs about himself and the world upon entering adulthood, and indeed finding that he needed to heal his phobias of social situations and wanting to expand his mindset. And after being exposed to some incredible ideas about healing and awareness, he launched himself into an epic journey of self-discovery and voracious knowledge acquisition of the unconventional. This led him to run a private practice in homeopathy, energy healing, and breath therapy in the 80s and 90s. And after noticing patterns in the things that people were going through collectively, sent him further down the road into universal themes, enriching philosophy, the mind-body connection, and awareness, all leading him to create the company Life Coach Associates to help people all over the world find the best version of their lives for themselves. With all that accomplished, he now focuses energy on writing and furthering expanding his knowledge and ability to help people find their infinite potential. Everyone, please take out your notebooks and get your pens ready because you're not going to want to miss anything he has to say. Ready? All right, let's say a big hello to the real life Yoda himself, Clement Mcgrath. Clement, how are you doing today?
I am very well, Travis. I think Chung has already called me the Yoda of the group, so you're well done.
Absolutely, and having a few minutes to chat with you here and there, and uh, over the last couple of weeks has really cemented that idea in my head. So it's a name well earned, and and I'm hoping after today everybody's really going to realize what that really means. It's crazy, but thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for sharing your insights with us. And I'm gonna jump right into the question.
Okay.
All right, so and this is everybody. This question is going to be a little long-winded, and the reason is because I think there's a lot that goes into this idea. So I want to make sure everybody's kind of in the right mindset and thinking about what we're going to talk about. So early on in your life, you recognized that you had limiting beliefs, and you knew that those beliefs were ultimately holding you back from a life you knew you could lead if you wanted to. Since then, you've spent much of your life helping people out of those beliefs and building the best lives for themselves. However, those people were, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, but those people already knew that they needed the open mind, or they knew that their beliefs were limiting. They already kind of knew they needed help. Essentially, they're coming to you already knowing that. But what if you're wanting to help someone you know with limiting beliefs or is very stuck in a fixed mindset and really isn't seeking that help, even though it's very obvious that it would be incredibly beneficial to themselves? Is there a set of words or something that you can convey to them that would ultimately spark the eureka moment in their head to want to change their mindset, or is it something that everybody really just has to come to themselves?
Okay, thank you. That's a brilliant question. I've been wondering over the last 2 days since you told me what the question's going to be. So that's a really good one. Um, Over the years, people have come with a whole range of requests. Some of them are very aware, as you say, that they're stuck in limiting beliefs or their life is nothing like what they know it could be. So they'll come along already primed for that. They might come along saying, hey, I want to become enlightened. I want to seek fulfillment. I want to fulfill my infinite potential. So people will often come along already seeking that. And if they do, that's fantastic. We just go for it. And I'll explore that with them, where they're at, what they're looking for, what I perceive as their next steps could be, whatever's going to take them forward. But that's on that end of the spectrum. And we can come right down the spectrum with people coming with different requests. And at the other end of the spectrum, people will come along just saying, hey, my relationship sucks. Can you help me to improve my relationship? Or I'm just feeling unhappy, or I've got this pain, can you help me? And pretty much their whole focus is just on solving that problem. And beyond that problem, they may firmly believe that their lives are okay, and the way they see the world is okay, and they have no intention of shifting their beliefs too much. So there's quite a range that we come up against. In answer to your question, probably at that lower end of the scale, it's probably most relevant. My intention is always to meet somebody where they're at. So if they're stuck in some relationship pain, if they've just been sacked from their job and they're feeling depressed, if they've got no sense of purpose in their life, if they're struggling with stuff from the past, there's all these different things that people bring. I will meet them there. I won't start saying, hey, you should be thinking like this, or hey, you could become enlightened, or anything like that. But, okay, you're suffering, you're in pain. I want to meet you right there in that pain. And my major focus will be to offer them ideas and strategies that will help them to heal their pain. However, knowing that more is possible, I never leave it there either. So my intention is always to offer them something. It could be just a question. I could say something like, have you thought about that it's possible to do more with your life? Or have you thought about that if you change your beliefs, more could be possible? Whatever way I frame the question up. Or I might just challenge them and say, I'd actually invite you to go away and think about this. And the intention with that is always to leave them with something that they can grow into. So both are important. I need to meet them where they're at and give them what they want. And anybody who knows about marketing, they'll know this principle very well. People, what's in it for me? I could say, hey guys, you could be like this, and what about that, and da 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 da. They're saying, hey, just get rid of this fucking pain.
Right.
So that's the first thing. But I personally believe if I just do that and no more, I haven't given them the best service that I can give them. So my intention is always to create an opening or a possibility that they can grow and stretch themselves a bit more. I may say, go and read this book by Deepak Chopra or whatever it might be, or they'll go and watch this on YouTube, knowing that as they do so, they will be invited to actually expand their thinking, to change their belief, and hopefully to realize that there's a lot more than what they have come along thinking. So to answer your question, there's no set formula. I don't have the same words that I use with every single person, but I will find a way based upon where I know that they're at and the way they think and what I believe could be exciting or growthful for them. I will frame up that invitation in whatever way is relevant. So yeah.
God, that's fantastic. Wow. So, and if I could maybe try to boil it down to some, at least make sure that I understand, and the rest of the audience can maybe codify for some. It's basically, it comes down to this. Let's say I have a friend who I know who could really use some help, but every time you've offered a book to them, or this, or hey, watch this video, or read this blog post, or whatever, and this might help you. It's something that essentially falls on deaf ears. So what you're saying is that if you want to help that person, maybe you need to spend time identifying exactly what problem is most at the forefront of what they're dealing with right now, and help them just resolve that problem with with whatever you've learned, or this piece of content, or this product, or whatever it is. And then once you maybe help them resolve that problem, since it's got to be something they're essentially willing to fix, and everybody's got no matter what, everybody has a problem they know they want to fix, whatever it is, right? Or a pain point that they want to alleviate, because nobody really wants to be in that kind of in pain. And ultimately, whether they realize it or not, are trying to fix it. So it's really about identifying that pain point and providing some kind of relief for that. And then once that's done, you can really work with that person to build off of that in order to find that fulfilling life, because that's essentially the eureka moment that they've created for themselves. Is that about right?
Yes, that's very right, actually. The problem is it's easier said than done.
Mm,
Simple as that.
correct.
2,500 years ago, the Buddha made this dramatic statement that life is suffering. When
Mm,
you're talking about pain point there, some people are only too aware that they're suffering. They could be depressed, they could be going through a terrible breakup in their relationship, whatever it might be for them. So they know that they're in pain. And of course, when we're in pain, we want relief from pain. That's our major thing. It's a bit like somebody who could be starving and they haven't eaten for 3 weeks, whatever, and you want to sit down and talk philosophy with them. They
mm,
just want some freaking food.
right. They don't care.
I like you. Good on you. Where's the food?
Right.
And it's the same with it. But the other interesting thing as well, I see a lot of people who are actually in pain and suffering and don't know that they're in pain. They think, yeah, my life's fine. I'm tweaking along. I'm busy being a carpenter or graphic designer or politician, whatever. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And they think that their life is working to the depth that they have really looked at their life and to the depth that they've actually gone inside and say, well, what is really going on here? How do I truly feel? What is my state that I'm actually in when I wake up in the morning? What is my state? There's an old saying, when you wake up in the morning, is your first thought, good morning, God? Or is it, good God, morning?
That's really good.
So a lot of the, and you mentioned like suggesting something to somebody and it falls on deaf ears. Here's the real paradox that people who are involved in healing or counseling or therapy and coming from a place of compassion, where they really want to help others, to actually balance that with acceptance. So the compassion says, hey, how can I help? I know you're in pain. How can I help you? The acceptance, or maybe a better word is wisdom. The wisdom says, hey, I need to respect where they're at and I cannot force anything on them. If to try and force feed somebody, I'll just throw up.
Right.
I think we've all experienced that. So it's an incredible dance. It's a paradox. So you want to have the compassion and the help and all that, but to actually respect and accept where people are at and to know that that is their sacred journey and nobody has the right to interfere with that. If I've got time, it's a very quick anecdote around that. There's a famous Indian sage called Ramana Maharshi who lived second half of the 19th century and the first half of the 20th century. And he was a thoroughly enlightened man and he had incredible healing powers. And people would just come and sit by him or touch him and they'd be healed of all sorts of things. He had an ashram in India and he had followers and the whole drama. And one of his followers was dying of cancer, and she was literally wasting away. And the other followers, they knew he had these amazing abilities. So finally, in frustration, they came to him and said, look, we know you've got these amazing abilities. We know that you can heal it because we've seen you do it over and over again. Why aren't you healing it? And he just looked at them and said, she hasn't asked me. And that is amazing wisdom. Because
Wow.
here's this enlightened man who's overflowing with compassion as he did, and yet he also had the wisdom to respect where she was at, and she had to ask. And if she didn't, he couldn't force anything onto her. So it's an exquisite dance that you're always doing. And sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you fall over. And
Right.
I've made that mistake more than once. So I say, hey, you should read this. And what about this? And I'll be, and they just go, oh, wow. And they just close off. And you think, I've lost it. So you need to really know where they're at and not force it onto them. Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. That's incredible, and it's a really good thing to think about and to build off of. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you, Clem. That was super helpful to some things that I'm going to take down and apply in my life and try to help others with that. So thank you very much. It's been super valuable. I love that insight. Thanks, and I hope everybody out there really enjoyed that. Is there anything that any other if there's one more insight or anything on that topic, if you have anything else that you'd like to leave the audience with, please feel free.
A lot of the people watching this, I'm guessing, are motivated, like people from the Inside Exchange group, etc. They're motivated, they're focused, they're excited, they're about creating their lives and achieving their goals and living their fullest potential, which is all fantastic. That's what I call the science of achievement. But we also need to practice or engage in the art of fulfillment. So we need to be able to do both. And I see people who are, they're very motivated, they're very focused, they're very energized, they're moving forward. But I still, when I listen to them or read their posts on Facebook, whatever it might be, I can still feel and sense that there's pain inside, there's suffering. And while they're so focused on going forward, that's great. But if they're not acknowledging that, they're actually putting themselves into a house divided against itself will fall. It was said by a wise man many years ago. So while you're engaging in the science of achievement, also explore the art of fulfillment. How can I come back to who I am deep inside and awaken what is unawakened within me? Because we have unbelievable inner resources for creativity, for joy, for compassion, for peace, for full aliveness. Yeah, and if we don't awaken that and just kind of force ourselves forward, we may come unstuck. I'm not saying we will, but we may. So it's a double gold. The gold of the external achievement and the gold of the internal fulfillment. When we have both, then our lives are truly magical.
Love it. That was amazing. Thank you, Clem. Thank you for sharing that insight with us, and thank you for everybody watching. I hope that you got as much out of it as I did. I'm certainly blown away. Cool. Well, this was great. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I'm looking forward to talking to you again soon, Clem. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bless you, everybody.
Indeed. And everybody out there, this is a great project and experiment. So please, if you like this, please like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we will see you next time on the Insight Exchange Show. Come check us out on Inside Quest Exchange on the Facebook, and we will see you later.